to Springfield, Illinois, the Nelson Center, home of the Springfield Junior Blues. And tonight, the Nelson Center plays host to the Junior Blues, facing off against the Topeka Pilots. It's the second of a two-game weekend series, with Topeka taking the game here last night by a final score of 3-2. We're underway here in the Saturday night matchup. Puck at center ice. It's played in by Green into the Blues zone. And it comes in, and it's pinned against the side of the net by tonight's goaltender for the Junior Blues, and that's Alex Proctor. For the Blues coming up, Panisa lines up to take it. He's out there with Mason McCormick and Caden Villegas, but the Blues lose the draw in the Topeka end. Now Topeka looks to clear. Now to center for Scott, and Villegas comes up from behind him and gets it. Comes all the way down on net, and Langford pushes it to the far boards. Now here's Corcoran with it, trying to clear. Out to center ice, now Villegas with it on the far boards. Back to Sims on defense. Sims across to Jensen, he'll get it started. Back to Sims as he approaches the blue line, over the blue line. Fires a shot wide. Jensen over to cut it off on the boards and plays it back in deep for Panisa. But he's got Hathaway on him, who frees it up to Caden Scott. And Scott skates it out to center ice, up to the red line, and fires it in. Back to their end to gather it up. Here's Larionovs in the corner. They play it to Jensen on the far boards. Then it's kept in by the Pilots. Hathaway with it, spins and fires a shot a couple of feet wide of the net, comes to the far boards, where it's played by Yo. Yo's got Panisa on his back, fires it to the end boards. Caden Scott over to try to retrieve it for the Pilots, but the Blues get it back. It's played into the Pilots' end, chasing after is Panisa along with Kovacs. Panisa ends up coming away with it. Centers one, shot on and a save made. And then a second shot goes up and over the glass and into the netting, out of play. 13:32 to go. And a good scoring opportunity there for the Junior Blues. John Panisa will take the offensive zone draw for the Blues. They've got their top line out there, Panisa, McCormick, and Villegas. Green comes away with the puck. Kennedy at center. Kennedy crosses the line. He fires one that's steered wide of the net by the stick of the goaltender. And then a shot on, save made. Now the puck on the far boards. Nardikia comes away with it. Up to the blue line, and it's fired wide of the net. Comes around to Corcoran on the near side. Plays it to Kennedy. And it pops out to center ice again, and it'll be chased all the way down. Is up on the board. Roughing the call on Austin McCarthy. So the Blues are on the power play. Now they trail by a goal. Here's Osborne on the power play for Villegas. Blues trailing by a goal. It's played in. Langford has it back of the net. And then it's cleared by the Pilots. All the way down for Proctor. Proctor leaves it for Osborne. He'll step out to the left and get it started. Max Osborne has his pass picked off by Corcoran at center ice. Now coming back short-handed were the Pilots, but they came into the zone offside, and we get the whistle. 10:29 to go in the first, and a minute 20 to go in the roughing minor on Austin McField end to the left of the goaltender, Proctor. Blues control off the face-off. Swanson has it. Now Osborne over to Villegas. Villegas up the near boards and plays it in. Plays it back in the net for Panisa. They try to center it to McCormick. He's taken down, and that's going to be a penalty coming up, as McCormick was taken down in front of the goal by the defense. There's a shot by Osborne that deflects wide, and the Pilots finally do touch it up. 9:15 to go in the first, and there's going to be another penalty coming up on the Topeka Pilots. Face off won by Panisa. Osborne has it. Gets it back from Villegas. Villegas back from Osborne. Now Swanson in deep. That's going to do it for the first penalty. Now it's a 5-on-4 man advantage for the Blues. As Panisa forces it in deep for McCormick. Now across for Villegas. And his pass was too far out of the reach of Osborne at the blue line. And it comes all the way down to Proctor. He'll leave it for Osborne to get it started. Gives way to Villegas. Villegas out to center. And plays it into the Pilots' end. Now Swanson fires a wrist shot and a save made by Langford. 8:32 to go, first period. 6.5 to go, first period of play. As John Gormley has it. Pass up the boards for Sandoval. And now for Salem at center ice. He'll retreat just back over the blue line. Now get it started the other way. Up the center ice and firing it in. Now Shearer looks to clear, but it comes to Gormley at the blue line. And he fires one on net. Save made Proctor. Blues got the rebound back out to center. Now it's played back in. Under 6 to go now in the period. As Shearer has it, he turns it over. Green out in front and fires it right into the glove of Proctor. Glenn Green had some room to score there. And the two teams come back to center ice for the faceoff. The Blues now trailing the Pilots by 2. Mushatello backhands it. Actually goes off the visor of McCurdy as he tried to clear that one into the Blues' end. Now it's all the way back to the Topeka end of the ice, and it's going to be whistled for icing. 3:31 to go in the period, and we'll come back to the Springfield end for the upcoming faceoff. Face off to Proctor's right in the Springfield zone. Panisa wins it back to the end boards. Now the Blues try to play it out. And they do. It's out to center, gathered up by McCarthy now in his end. McCarthy makes a nice move at his own blue line, now skates it up the ice. Austin McCarthy out wide, now circles it back of the net. He's run into by McCurdy and Jensen. And the Blues force it back out to center. Gormley with it. Now it's tipped into the zone by Zilic. Back to get it's Proctor. It's played to Villegas on the near boards. He's got Hathaway on his back, and the Pilots keep it alive in the Blues zone. Now Gonzalez running to the boards on the far side, but plays it to Hathaway. He gets it out to Salem. His shot blocked. And it's played to the far boards, kept alive by the Pilots. Here's Hathaway. Wrist shot. And that one low to the ice, and getting the glove down to make the save was Proctor. He hangs on. Carthy power play goal, which is 20 seconds left on the clock in the first period. Puts the Pilots up 3-0. Blues control off the draw. It's going to be lofted into the zone by Jaden Jensen. Pilots get to it in the corner. Mushatello has it now on the far boards. Outlet pass to Zilic. Plays it in, 5 seconds to go. Zilic towards the net, and it's poke checked away to the far boards. And that's going to do it for the first period. A rough one for the Blues. They trail the Topeka Pilots 3-0. Welcome back to Springfield. We are underway in the second period with the Topeka Pilots leading the Junior Blues by a score of 3-0. And that one comes in on net. Josh Langford. He's going to come. McCarthy added a power play goal just before the period expired, and that's how we arrive at our 3-0 score with 19:47 to go now in the second period. Face off in the Pilots' end. And right off that face off, it's up and out of play. We get another quick whistle. Now 19:44 left on the clock. Puck drops, and the Pilots able to clear it out to center ice. It's Zilich. He crosses the line. Zilich in on net, and a save made by Proctor. Now Mushatello tries to center one, but Villegas swats it to the outside. Now Mushatello. And the save was made by Proctor. McCurdy now for Sims. We've played nearly 1 minute in this second period. Sims now for Panisa. He makes a move at the blue line, skates it out to center, and loses it as he enters the Topeka Pilots end. Now Shearer at center ice. He plays it in. Langford has it. He plays it for Salem in the corner. The Blues get it back. Panisa has it now. Plays it to Villegas in the corner, but he's cut off, and now it's played around to the near side. End. And now Shearer is going to play it in. Comes to Langford, back of the net. Now Hathaway with it, looking to clear for the Pilots. Gets it out to Sandoval at center. He's run into as he plays it into the Springfield end. Now long pass ahead for Caden Villegas. He's in all by himself, no help from any of his teammates, but he manages to get one on net. John Panisa is going to take the offensive zone draw for the Blues with 51 to go here in the second. They dropped the puck, but we're going to have to try that one again. Here in the Topeka end, to the left of the goaltender Langford. And the Blues looked like they had the draw one. Able to keep it alive. Villegas backhands it along, but Martinelli over to cut it off back of the net. And it's played briefly out to center, fired back in by the Blues, and Gormley gets to it first. Now Zilich tries to find Mushatello with the pass. It bounced off of his stick. Martinelli able to play it further along. Now Sims is going to gather it for the Blues and get it started. Billy Sims at center. Crosses the line, fires a shot, and he scores. It's off the glove of Langford and into the back of the net. 15-13 to go in the second, and the Blues now trail by just 2. Josh Lang. And so Swanson and Kennedy both out for the game as a wrist shot fired on by McCurdy and blocked aside by Langford. 12:33 to go here in the second period. Here's Zilich now into the zone. Fires a shot. Save made Proctor. It's played around to the near boards for Larionovs, who looks to get it out to center. Plays it out towards Villegas, but it was too far out of his reach. Now Salem has it for the Pilots. Good job to keep it in there at the blue line by McCormick, but they're going to call a hand pass on the previous play. And we're going to get a whistle with 12:02 to go in this. So again, if you missed the previous penalties, Swanson and Kennedy each getting the 5-minute major for fighting and the game misconduct. So their nights are both through. And then Bacallo and Nardikia each in there 2 and a 10 for roughing. And so all penalties offset. We remain 5-on-5. There's a shot that's blocked. Now McCormick has it out to center for the Blues. For Villegas, they get it in. Now Panisa in front for McCormick. And a save was made by Langford. Under 11 and a half to go now in the second. Played over to Gonzalez in the corner, racing over to cut it off. Those 7 minutes to go in the period as Yo with it at center ice crosses the line. Kyler Yo out wide, fires a shot, save made Proctor. Rebound comes to the far boards and it's out to center. Here's Villegas skating the zone with it, and his shot on save made Langford. Clark plays it out to Hathaway at center ice for the Pilots. But the Blues get it back. Here's Villegas. He's got McCormick with him, but Villegas electing to shoot, fires it wide. Comes all the way back out to center. McCurdy plays it up the boards, tipped into the zone by Villegas. So no icing as Kovacs races back to it for the Pilots. Now Scott with it. He turns it over to Larionov, but then it's poked back out to center by the Pilots. Blues play right back in. Langford back of the net to leave it for Clark. And Langford, good scoring opportunity there for the Blues. Now McCurdy plays it for Brewick. They'll look to get it started back the other way. Long pass ahead for Villegas. In on net. And he's unable to get a shot off as he crossed through the slot there. No icing on this one as the Blues get it in their end. Jones with a pass off the boards for Villegas, but a good stick at center ice by Kovacs breaks up the play. Now Green brings it in for the Pilots. Pulls up. Green now in deep, gives way to Yo. Now for Martinelli. On the cycle for Green, then he's knocked off of his skates. And now it comes back out to center. Clark gathers it up, under 4 to play. And it's played into the Springfield end. Back out to center it comes. All the way back to get in there, the Blues, and now Mushatello back the other way, fires a shot, and a big save made by Proctor on the shorthanded opportunity. He denied Mushatello. Now Longy with it at center. He has to wait for Villegas to skate onside. And lofts it into the corner. Villegas in there to get it. He's got Yo on him as well as Salem. Gets it to Bacallo. He's knocked down back up the net. Blues keep it alive. Villegas with a slap pass. Centering attempt that is blocked. And it's going to come back out to center. Larionov's with it. 37 to go in the period, 18 to go, and the penalty. Panisa with it. He pulls up, he fires a wrist shot, and reaching the up. Offensive zone draw coming up for the Blues, still on the power play for another 13 seconds, and now it's going to be a 5-on-3 power play as Matt Clark goes to the box. He's guilty of a slash, and the Blues on the 5-on-3 for another 6 seconds. 23 to go in the period. In front for Larionovs, and he has his shot blocked. And then one whistles wide off the stick of Osborne. 14 to go. Blues still on the attack. Panisa, and a save made, rebound, and they score. It may have deflected off a defenseman. Regardless, it's now 3-2 in favor of the Pilots. And it looks like Caden Villegas with the goal. At least he's celebrating like he scored it. As I said, that one may have gone off a defenseman for the Topeka Pilots. All scoring in the first for the Pilots. In the second for the Blues, it was Billy Sims with his first goal as a junior Blue, and then followed up by another one from Caden Villegas. And that's how we arrive at our 3-2 score as we play now in the third period. Just 15 seconds in. The puck is in the Pilots' end. McCormick centers one for Villegas, fires one on, and he scores. It's all tied up. Just 23 seconds into the third period of play. Caden Villegas with his second goal of the evening. It went under the pads of Langford. He's a tall goaltender and couldn't get those pads sealed to the ice to get it back of his net. Now Nardikia pulls up at his own blue line. Nardikia from his end and turns it over at center ice. Playing it along is Panisa into the Topeka end. Now turned over. With a chance in front, it's Villegas, and he put it just wide. That was going to be the hat trick for Caden Villegas, but he put it just wide of the net. Really an opportunity off the turnover. A nearly costly turnover. Now one in on net, and it's going to be saved by Langford. He'll hang on to it for the whistle. 14:41 to go. Pilots win the draw on their end. Short-handed, Francois has it. Now Salem is going to clear. All the way down off the end boards in the Blues end. It's left by Proctor there for Osborne. He'll get it started. Osborne through center. Dishes to McCormick. He gains the zone with it. But then Austin McCarthy gets it back, and he's able to clear. Proctor again leaving it for Osborne. Gathers it back in the net, steps out to the left, and then dishes to Larionov. Now Villegas at center is going to play it in on the back end. And we get a whistle as Panisse is going to take the draw for the Blues. 11:40 to go. Let the Pilots win another one on their end. They get it out to center. Along further, Zilich wins the race, no icing. He gathers it off the end boards, then loses it. And to get it's Mushatello. He tries to center one for Zilich. Comes all the way to the far boards. There's one that bounces in on net. Save made Proctor. And good effort to try to keep it in there at the blue line by Kovacs, but he was unsuccessful in doing so. And now Panisse brings it in for the Blues. Plays it in for McCormick, but over to cut it off was Corcoran. Panisse gets it back. Plays it back in the net. Kovacs gets to it for Zilich, and now Mushatello at center. He gains the zone. Puts one on net. So we're back to 4-on-4. But they've taken the wrong penalty off the board here at the Nelson Center, so they're going to have to get that sorted out. Now they get everything sorted out, so 4-on-4 for the next minute 3 as we drop the puck. Hunter McCurdy has it, plays it in to the Pilots end. The Blues now trailing the Pilots by a score of 4-3. Proctor back out of the net. He plays it around to the near side and out. Gormley back to get it in the Topeka zone. It was Luke Salem scoring the goal, assisted by Austin McCarthy. Luke Salem with the go-ahead goal. 26 seconds to go in the 4-on-4 as Villegas gets it off the boards. Skates it through center, gains the zone, but then a good stick by Gormley just inside the blue line. Impeded his progress, and then he's knocked off of his skates, and we're going to get another penalty coming up. 9:02 to go in the period. And now the Junior Blues are going to go to the power play. Referee signals roughing. Face off in the Pilots' end. John Panisse will take it. The Blues are 4-on-3 for another 13 seconds as now Oberg gets it out. He might have a break back the other way. Oberg fires a shot. It goes just over the crossbar and up out of play. 8:53 to go as we get the whistle. And the Blues are 4-on-3 for another 4 seconds. Now face off in the Topeka, or the Springfield Junior Blues end with 8:53 to go in the third period. Panisse wins it back to Sims. Now it's a 5-on-4 man advantage for the Blues as the initial set of penalties expire. 5-on-4 for another minute 36. 8:38 to go in the third. Blues trailing by 1. Villegas slaps it in. It comes all the way around to the far side for McCormick. Then in front for Larionov, and a save is made by Langford. All the way back down. It's cleared to the Blues end. What an opportunity there on the power play for the Blues. Villegas will get it going again. Finds Panisse. He gains the zone. Panisse tries to center one, but Salem was there to break it up. Now Cole Schneider up to the blue line for Sims. McCormick who crosses the line. McCormick from the corner. Now for Villegas. They try to center one for Brewitt, but play broken up by the Pilots. Now Clark skates it out to center, up to the red line, and clears it in. 4.5 to go. Kept in by Kovacs. Now in front for Mushatello. It goes off his skate and wide of the net. Now it's gathered by Sims. For McCormick, he'll try to clear it out to center, but unsuccessful. It's Mushatello now. He fires a shot from just above the goal line, and the save made by Proctor. 4:10 to go, third period, and the Blues still trailing by a goal. 10 to go in the third. This one will come to the left of the goaltender, Proctor. Blues win it. Then a player taken down, no call. As they try to clear it out, they do get it out to center. And Osborne is going to backhand it into the zone. Panisa over to cut it off on the boards. Some help from Osborne. He stood up by Corcoran, and the Pilots clear. Now Martinelli races to it. He pulls up and plays it in deep for his teammate Sandoval. But the Blues get it back out to center, and it's going to come all the way down to the Topeka end for icing. 3:39. Green wins the draw. Salem a one-timer from the blue line and a right pad save made by Proctor. Blues need to clear, but the Pilots keep it alive. Under 3.5 to go. Yo is knocked off the puck there on the end boards, but he gets it back. Now one centered in front for Green. He's unable to put it on net. Scott keeps it under control for the Pilots. Caden Scott circles back of the net. Now all the way over to the far side. Scott still with it. Takes a wrist shot, and that one deflects off a stick, up and out of play. We get the whistle with 3:01 to go. Zone. Addison Brewick in to take the draw. Ties up his man and wins it. Pass over to Sims on the blue line. Now Osborne. The goalie is out for the Junior Blues. Empty net and an extra skater on the ice. Shot from Panisa, and that one, a save made by Langford. Kept in there at the blue line momentarily, but then back the other way. Mushatello on the empty net. It goes off the post and wide. Minute 40 to go. Empty net for the Blues, and the Pilots just missed on the empty netter. Blues bring it back the other way with the extra skater on the ice. Minute and a half to go. Held in by Sims. Fires a shot that hits off of McCarthy. And this one is going to be cleared out to center. Osborne retreats into the Junior Blues end with it. He's going to leave a pass for Panisa back of the empty net. John Panisa out to center. Gains the zone with speed. Panisa circles back of the net, then kicks it up high for Osborne. Across for Jensen. And then a pass picked off by Nardikia. He pokes it out to center. But the Blues manage to get it back. 50 seconds to go. Net still empty for the Blues. John Panisa at center. Slaps it in from the red line. Now back out in front, but there was no one home for the Blues as Langford was out of the net. 34 to go as the Blues will start again from their end with the extra skater on the ice. It's tipped into the zone by Panisa. Langford back to get it. Then it's turned over. There's a shot that blocks off of Hathaway in front of the net. It's knifed down by the Blues, but they're going to say it was played by a high stick. And the Blues touch the puck. That's going to be